Welcome to another Goffstown Grizzly home match. Tonight we welcome Windham High School, so it should be a real interesting match tonight. Windham always brings in a strong team. Expected to have a strong team this year. So tonight's matchup should be a real good test for the young Grizzly team. Coming into a tough January as far as tournaments go. We'll be in Nashua for a Nashua tournament on Saturday. And then we go right into the Timberlane, which is one of the toughest tournaments of the year, in New Hampshire at least, followed by the Cap City. So January is a really grueling month. So let's see tonight how the Grizzlies match up against Windham High School. We're going to see at 132 pounds, Jack St. Jean. And for Windham, this is going to be Vinny Marino. I think they're bumping him from 126 up to 132. So this should be an interesting matchup for Jack. This is going to be a close match for Grizzlies and Windham. Any points that they can get, any bonus points, and that's a nice high crotch by Jack. See if he can finish. Coming up, got to watch for a throw there, coming up like that. Does a good job getting his hips back. But any bonus points that the Grizzlies can get, they need. Any pinpoints that they can get, any techs, majors. This match could come down to just that, just bonus points. So let's see what Jack can do here at 132 pounds. Been wrestling a great season. Been at 126 for a little bit. There's a nice high crotch by Windham. Doing a good job getting his hips back. Working down to the head is what you want to do here. He's got a nice job getting down to the ankle, elevating that. He's got to kind of know where he is right here, which he does. Gets out of bounds, gets a restart. So 2 shots. Both competitors got in on their shots. Jack got in on his high crotch, couldn't finish, and there's another shot by Jack. Could look for a little dump there, but wasn't looking for it. Back up to their feet with a minute to go in the first period. Good job getting to that outside. Got to finish, and he does. Nice job getting to the corner there. Getting his 2, so that's going to be 2-0. With about 45 seconds left to go in the first period. Looking for a forearm chop there. Going to bring that in, possibly look for a cradle on that side. Doing a good job getting to that ankle, breaking his opponent down. Keeping that forearm. Doing a good job keeping that forearm. Might want to step through there, go for a Turk. Looking for any bonus points you can get. So back points here are going to be huge with 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Again, he's looking to drive that ankle up, step through it for a Turk, possibly get some back points there. He's keeping that forearm good, doing a good job coming out to the side, breaking his opponent down. His opponent tried to do a little Grammy there at the end. And it's going to be St. Jean's choice here in a second. They're going to defer to Windham. And Windham is going to choose down. So Jack St. Jean will have choice in the third. 2-0 to start this second period. St. Jean's going to start up. Looks like the ref might have had a little question there on who had the actual choice there, but we're good. Nice job getting to that arm real quick, breaking his base down. He's doing a really good job of breaking Marino down here. But again, looking for that turn is going to be key. And it looks like Marino's just comfortable kind of just balling up down there, which is tough when your opponent does that. They're kind of just comfortable just being there. There he goes, working back up to his base, which is better for Jack because now he can attack, which he is going to hear. Easier to attack with a Turk or looking to maybe corkscrew there. It's easy to attack when your opponent's not balled up. So he's working to walk toward his head to his knee. Looking for a far side cradle there. Coach is instructing Jack to look for the knee there. Minute left to go in the second period. Looks like he might have a cradle there. Watch his height there. He's not being able to lock it up. Marino's a little bit strong there, and he's keeping his head up, which is what you want to do if your opponent's looking for a cradle. And it might not be a bad idea to kind of go neutral here and maybe go top to bottom or neutral to back. feet to back, as we call it, if he can't turn them. Marino's not bad neutral, though, so kind of comfortable just riding him out here. But again, bonus points are going to be key in this matchup tonight with Windham. Again, working, I thought he was going to work for that cross wrist series. Looks like he's kind of just going for that forearm again. It's important you got to get that right by the tricep, which he does. He has that nice kind of almost bring your opponent's arm across his neck, really, across his chest. But there he goes. I thought he had that Turk there. If you see, he's elevating that leg. He wants to step through and attack the far leg. Coach is telling him that Jack's got to score. Again, bonus points are going to be huge in this. This is going to be a very tough match for the Grizzlies. Windham is really strong down below. So all these matches coming up are going to be big for the Grizzlies. Jack, obviously, their best wrestler on the team, so looking for something more than just a win here. We're looking for bonus points. So major, even a major might be good. So Jack doing a good job getting to his feet, clearing his hips. And Marino jumped down to the ankle, trying to avoid this takedown, but trying to avoid the escape. Rick Ross, the official, doing a really good job of calling a stall call. Can't be hanging on that ankle, so usually the ref will do a little mental count, and if he's hanging on it for too long, they'll give him a stall call, which is exactly what he did. So now Marino's got to be a little bit cautious. Doing that again, he's going to have to let Jack up unless he wants to give up a point for stalling. So about a minute 30 to go in the match, and Jack's got to kind of start wrestling for a purpose now. Again, individual score, individual win doesn't really matter. We need bonus points here. So Jack doing a good job getting to that leg. Might want to change off to a double. He does. Marino does a good job getting his hips back. We're going to get one here, which he does. So now that's going to bring us to 3-0, and now almost 2 there. Unfortunately, ran out of room. He's got 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go. Again, a major decision will be winning by 8. So he's got some scoring to do if he wants to at least get a major. Nice job getting to that outside single and coming across the hip there. Really nice job getting that takedown. So it's going to be 5-0. 50 seconds left to go in the third period. And they're going to cut him. Going to go neutral. Take our chances. Just go into neutral, play the takedown game. And he's going to get another takedown. So that's going to be 7-1. He's going to need one more takedown to get a major. One more takedown will give him 9-1. He's got 30 seconds left to go to do it. Marino's looking a little tired. He's wrestling up a weight class, so does a good job getting to that outside. Jack kind of walked into that there. Again, needs two to get 9-2, so he's going to need 2 takedowns. That doesn't look like he's going to have time to get the major. So it looks like he's just going to get 3 team points for the Grizzly, which in any other duel would be great. But this is going to come down to bonus points, this matchup. So and Windham knows it here. So Marino's just going to stall here. Takedown could give him a major there, but doesn't. Ends up 9-2. That should be. They have 9-3 there. I think that was 9-2 final score. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's going to be a 3-point team score for the Grizzlies to open up. Still a good win. Marino's a really good wrestler. And that's going to bring us to 38. Not sure if this is Ty Ham at 38 for Windham, but it's obviously going to be Noah Rapazzo for the Goffstown Grizzlies. This is going to be a big matchup. You can tell because all 3 coaches are up. They're getting Noah ready. Big matchup for Noah Rapazzo here. A win would be huge at 38. Pin would be even better, obviously. Any bonus points would be better. But the Windham wrestler, I believe it is Ty Ham. Couldn't hear when they checked in. This is going to be Nick Sawyer. Noah Rapazzo. So this is going to be obviously Rapazzo for the Grizzlies, they bumped up Nick Sawyer. So they bumped up Marino to 32 there against St. Jean, and now they're bumping up Sawyer to Rapazzo. So this is going to be a big matchup for Rapazzo. Sawyer, senior, good wrestler for Windham. So let's see what Rapazzo can do here at 38. Nice job getting into that double. Now he's got to finish, and he does a good job of finishing. He's going to get 2 for a takedown. Nice shot there and nice finish. That was really quick level change there. He's got to watch his hips, not getting our hips to the mat. Elevating the leg there. Nice job. He's got to watch his height. If the only thing I could say there, he's got to follow. Nice job following, but he's got to watch his height. He's got to be attacking that far wrist, which he's doing. He's got he's got his arm around the waist, attacking that wrist when he's sitting out there, so he can't give the bottom opponent any room to kind of get across. But he's got to watch his height with 30 seconds left to go. If he can finish this period off 2-0, that's going to be a really great, just mental, moral victory for Rapazzo. Again, keeping your height back. And he's going to get reversed with 19 seconds, and that's something that you don't want to do. He was getting his height a little bit high, and Sawyer took advantage of that. 13 seconds left, and I'm sure he's going to want 1 point to go into the second period, 3-2. The start off the whistle is going to be key here for Rapazzo. If he can get his arm clear, get to a stand-up, which he's trying to do right there. Opponent got down to an ankle. Could have looked for a switch there, but he's got to reach down to that ankle, peel the ankle off, peel the arm off the ankle. 5 seconds left to go. Looking for a Grammy, which you don't want to do, but he's going to get his height there, and he's going to get some back points, unfortunately. So he tried a Grammy, which wasn't something he should have done there, and unfortunately came up to his opponent and got caught on his back. So giving up 4 points at the end of that period, that was not what Noah wanted. Noah had 2-0, going about 30 seconds left to go in the first period, and ended up losing that period 4-2. So definitely not what he wanted, but he's got to keep battling. Still got 2 periods left to go. Sawyer coming across there with that hard crossface. So it looks like Sawyer's got double boots in, extending Rapazzo. He's got a kind of scissor kick, which we try to get the boots out. All right, so he's got his boots clear. Now he's just got to get hand control is what he has to do. Can face him here. He's got to try to face him. And that's what Coach Detchen in the corner is telling him to do, is just kind of keep facing him. Fortunately, he's getting that forearm chopped. He's getting that arm chopped, and he's going kind of right to his back, which is what happened in the first period there, and that's how Sawyer got back points. And that's not what you want to do. And pin would be huge for Windham. Pin would be huge for Windham, and they got it. And that is going to be big for tonight's matchup. That is devastating for Goffstown. Getting those pin points there for Windham at 38, that is huge. That is big for Windham. And that's going to bring us up into 45. Freshman McCarthy is getting back into the lineup. So this is going to be freshman Andrew McCarthy at 45. And this is either going to be Sullivan or Ham for Windham. Again, I can't hear him checking in. They've bumped already at 32 and 38, so I'm not sure what they're doing at 45. If they bumped their 38 to 45, they weighed in Matt Sullivan, who's a sophomore, so I'm not sure if this is Sullivan. McCarthy's got to watch out for that throw there. Both opponents just kind of feeling each other out on their feet. McCarthy's got to watch out for that arm drag, which is exactly what Windham just did there. Not a great shot for McCarthy. And breaks his hip down and gets taken down. And he is going to get some back points as well. So far he's got 2, I believe. Didn't see a 5 count there. Minute left to go in the first period. McCarthy's got to fight off his back. So this is going to be at least 5-0 if McCarthy can get out of this. And that's going to be back-to-back pins for Windham. That's going to give them 12-3 as far as team score goes. Which brings us to 152. Emilio Barrier. Windham's going to send first. Just trying to figure out who Goffstown's going to be bringing out at 152. Obviously, Barrier's getting ready in the corner. This, I believe, is going to be Dylan Field, sophomore for Windham. And, yeah, it's going to be junior Emilio Barrier for Grizzlies. 12-3 team score. That's going to be a lot to come back from. Again, Windham's really strong down below. So their Grizzlies are going to need everything to go right for them from here on out. Unfortunately, did not get the startup that they want. Nice job with Emilio getting to the ankle. Got to come up to the waist there. Gets the takedown anyway. Pinpoints would be big here. Cut the lead to 12-9. Got a wash and ride on that near side. He's working that cross wrist series. Cat's paw coming underneath there, looking for a turn. He's going to get it. Pinpoints will be big here, so see if Emilio can finish, get some pinpoints, maybe get some momentum back for the Grizzlies. Pin here would be big. Not sure he's going to be able to pin him like that. And he does. I couldn't tell if his arm was in the way, but Emilio is going to get the pin at 152. That's going to cut our lead to 12-9. Windham up in the lead. That's going to bring us right into 160. And again, another match that can go really anywhere. Esteban Cabello, strong 160 for the Grizzlies. This is going to be Hunter Tornquist, a sophomore for Windham. Esteban Cabello, really strong wrestler, kind of a new wrestler. As we wait for this intro song to go a little bit lower. So Cabello, really strong wrestler. And working on technique with a great double there. Nice job getting to that double leg. Nice tight waist. And again, just from watching Esteban wrestle these last couple of weeks, you can see huge improvements. He's a great athlete, obviously in great shape. Just technique was killing him at the beginning. But you could tell he's starting to get a feel for the sport, get a feel for himself on the mat, which is, it takes time. But again, coaching staff doing a really good job with Cabello in the room. And you can see the improvement. Already up to a 2-0, doesn't give up anything there. Esteban's still going to be up on top here. 12-9 is a team score, and 2-0. They're going to tell Esteban to cut him. We don't want to see any rolls. Sometimes if you're kind of a new wrestler, you can get rolled up on top if you're riding a little bit high. So they're going to go neutral. It's going to be 2-1 with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the second period. And I can already tell, and this is something I've been kind of talking to Esteban about, a little bit far on that shot. Took that outside, took that shot a little bit too far. Doesn't want to get up into an up-top match. Doesn't want to get thrown. But his stance is getting a little bit better. He stood a little bit too close-footed, where his feet were really close together, which takes your power away. Again, getting a good job of getting in. He's got to pull those legs in. He can't stop. So he's getting in on the shot. He's shooting down and not through, and it looks like I thought he was going to get taken down. All the Windham opponent had to do was get to the corner and turn a spin, snap and spin, which he does there. Could have done it before. So that's going to bring us 3-2 with 36 seconds left in the first period. Esteban's going to start down on this restart. Big point here. See if he can get a escape point. Go into the second period, 3-3. Nice job attacking the grip. That's going to be locking hands, but unfortunately Rick Ross missed it. you have a little bit of time to, when the opponent comes down, you have a little bit of time. Reaction time is what they call it, but that was more than reaction time, so that should have been a locking hands, and unfortunately didn't get the call. So, again, Esteban right now has got to be smart, looking for a restart. 15 seconds left to go. See if he can get a restart here. Windham wants to stay in. They want the period to end. And to me, I think this period, I don't know if he got to a 2 count. He did. That's a pretty quick 2 count. So that's going to be 5-2 going into the second period. So Goffstown's choice there, they're going to choose neutral. Four to 3 in the second period. Takedown will be huge for Esteban. Esteban looks like he's getting to the leg there. He did. He's got to get to it. He's got to get to that leg, circle to the leg. Windham wrestler doing a good job of working down to his opponent's head, and he's going to get 2 there. So it's going to be, might be 6-2. And he's going to get an escape. So they have up there 7-3. I'm not sure if that's the right score. Esteban doing a good job attacking the elbow. So we're going to look for smart shots here. And this might come down to who's got enough stamina in the third period, or even who's got enough stamina in the second period. It looks like Esteban might be struggling there with his conditioning. Looks like he's pretty tired. He's a small 160. He's strong, but I think he weighed in today at 50-something. He does a really good job of getting off his back. Almost had a headlock there is Cabello. Could have went for it. Usually we don't want to throw headlocks, but he almost had it there. He just let go of it. So 20 seconds left to go. Cabello's down 9-3. And they got no backs because they went out of bounds. So that is fortunate for Cabello. I thought he got to a 2 count there. Again, for near fall points, ref's got to get to at least to a 2 count. If he doesn't get to a 2 count, there's no points awarded. Looks like he got to a 1 count there, and then they went out of bounds. 14 seconds left to go in the second period on this restart. Cabello doing a good job getting to his feet. And I would say the Windham wrestler's got to be careful of just getting on that ankle and riding him out of bounds. He might get a stall call there. Cabello, no movement off of that whistle. I think he might be completely tired. And he's going to get some back points here, run out of time. I think he got to a 2 count. It's going to be 11-3. He did get to a 2 count. It's going to be 11-3. So right now that's a major for Windham. So Windham's going to choose top. They're going to look to turn him again. They can kind of see that Cabello's a little tired, so they're hoping that they can get maybe some pinpoints here. Pinpoints would be huge for Windham. They got a locking hands, which they should have gotten in a previous period, and then a 1 point escape. So that's going to be 11-5. And then again, not great shots from Cabello. So he's got to watch out he get ice picked. So he's got the chin, and he's got the ice pick there. Let go of it. He's going to have the takedown. Going to be 13-4. So back up to a major decision. He's got the half in, and that's going to look pretty deep. I think this is going to be a pin for Windham. Again, Esteban doing a really good job fighting off his back. You can kind of see he's tired, he's exhausted, and that's going to be it. So that could be it for the duel, unfortunately, for Goffstown. They could keep it close at this point, but I'm not sure that they have really any hopes of winning this duel. They just had everything that they wanted to have happen to go their way didn't, unfortunately, at the start of this duel. And the problem is when Goffstown is losing, they're getting pinned, and that's not what you want. So got to be staying off our back. Got to be conditioned a little bit better than that. So, again, a grueling month in January. They got to be better in February when we got the states, the MOCs, obviously New England Championships for those that qualify. But their conditioning's got to be better. So this is going to bring us to David Gibson at 170 pounds. He's having a really good season. Looking strong at 170. He actually qualified for 160. This is going to be Ian Sargent, I believe, for Windham. So this is going to be big for Gibson just to get some momentum, hopefully back going on the Grizzlies side. Nice job shooting in, elevating that, looking for a Turk. Unfortunately, stepped through, but didn't step through. Stepped across, but didn't step through the opponent's legs. He's going to have the takedown. Looks like he's got that one boot in, breaking his opponent down. And Coach Devrian saying, get out of the legs, just looking for a breakdown. He's got a half in. I thought he might have had a one-on-one, but didn't come down to the ankle. Reversing that. He's got a one-on-one on that far side now, and he's going to have the half on his side. Now he can just relax, sink his chest, really get that in deep. No need to rush here with a minute left to go. He's going to have back points. No need to rush. That's going to be in tight. He's going to pick up the fall here, and he does. So big pinpoints for Goffstown. That's going to cut the lead to 18-16. So Gibson needed to pin there and did. So 18-15, I'm sorry, check that. 18-15. So Grizzlies are down by 3 heading into 182 pounds. Windham's going to be sending out freshman Joel Nyonga, and Grizzlies are sending out Charlie Keith Jr., strong wrestler, still a new wrestler, was a first-year wrestler last year, but had a really good Lowell Holiday tournament, which is one of the toughest tournaments in New England. Strong wrestler. If he wrestles smart and wrestles under control, he's a great wrestler. Sometimes he just kind of does some things that aren't smart, but nice job getting into that double and finishing. You can tell he runs at a really quick pace, wrestles at a good pace. He's got that cat's paw on the top there. He's running that cross wrist series, doing a good job at elevating that cross wrist, getting through over to cat's paw, coming kind of over to the shoulder, tricep area. You can hear Coach Detchen in the corner just saying cross wrist series where come across to the side, which Charlie just did there. You want to change grips and hopefully go cross wrist and half Nelson. Just over a minute left to go in the first period. Keith is up 2-0. Again, your team score is 18-15. He's got a 2-on-1 there. Looks like now he's got, one-on-one and might have a half. He does. He's going to have to reload that, try to reload, sink his chest a little bit too high. He got his opponent turned. That's going to have to pin. He's flat. Nice job for Charlie Keith picking up the pin. That's going to put the Grizzlies in the lead. Again, they're in the lead now, but Windham is really strong on bottom. So nice job coming back-to-back pins. Gibson, Charlie Keith, 170, 182, picking up 12 points between the two of them. And that's going to bring up Eli Antonello for the Grizzlies. And it looks like it's going to be sophomore Nick Frazier for Windham. This is going to potentially, I love the intro music for Antonello. Just wanted to comment on that. Coming into Johnny Cash. That is a great intro music, so I love that. So this is going to be a good match. This could be, really, I think when you draw this up, you're hoping for a win here, but this could go either way. 195, especially the bigger weights, anything can happen. Nice job getting to that leg. Got to finish, cut the corner and finish there. Could look for a dump there. Could crack down and come across. So there's a lot of things. You don't want to get your head stuck. If you do, you got to push-pull. And he does a nice job of push-pulling. So nice job coming through the back door there. Got to watch his height. Doesn't want to get rolled. He's a little bit too high. Wants to stay behind the elbows. For me, he's too high. And that's exactly what Coach Detchen in the corner was telling him. So 2-0 for Eli. Nice job getting his opponent back down. Coach Paraskevich is telling Eli to work his breakdowns. He's attacking that near ankle, so nice job. Was looking for a half there. Could go power half. Power half is basically where you take your one forearm, put it over your opponent's right back of his neck. He's got to be careful not going to a full Nelson and doesn't, so nice job there. Full Nelson would have given his opponent 1 point. So sometimes when you're changing off from half Nelson on either side, you don't change off quick enough. So Eli doing a good job breaking his opponent down. A pin here would be huge for the Grizzlies. That could erase some of the pins that Windham got. So Eli, a win obviously would be great for the Grizzlies, but a pin would be awesome. That would be exactly what they would want at this point. That might put some fire underneath the Grizzlies again coming into these lower weights, which are really tough for Windham. Has the head. I thought he had does a nice job of snapping him back. Didn't get the back points there. I thought he had a cradle locked up before, but he didn't. 5 seconds left to go in the first period. Looks like we're going to go into the second period 2-0. So he's going to finish up on top, and it's going to be Windham's choice here. Windham is choosing top, which means he's probably decent on top. Usually you're going to choose bottom, especially if you're behind 2-0. So that might mean that the Windham wrestler is pretty good on top, looking to break Eli down and get pins here. So Eli's got to be cognizant of that. He's got to be watching for that. Good explosive movements on bottom, hand control on bottom. Does not want to bring his head to his knee, does not want to get cradled. Nice job getting to that ankle there. His opponent got high. He's got to keep his hips down, and he does. So nice job getting that reversal. It's going to be 4-0. He's got a 2-on-1, it looks like. Nice job getting to that power half. He's got to jump to it. Once you get that power half, you have the opponent broken down. You get that power half, you got to jump to it and really run it. And he's running it now. Nice job running that. Nice job reloading, sinking his chest. He might pick up some pinpoints here. He's got back points. Let's see if he can pick up some pinpoints. He's got to sink his chest back down. Elevate the head and sink his chest back down, and he does. And that's going to be big pinpoints for Eli Antonello. You can see Goffstown getting fired up for that matchup. That is really big for Goffstown. Nice job for Eli Antonello picking up the pinpoints coming into 220 pounds. Really nice job for Goffstown there. One of the best matches I've seen Antonello wrestle this season. I'm happy for him. Nice job. And that's going to bring up 220 pounds. Josh White having an incredible season, looking really strong. Really strong at 220 pounds. Usually when you're up at 220, you're a little bit slower, but Josh is actually quicker. So let's see what he does here at 220 pounds. He's wrestling for Windham. Just a freshman, Zach Leclerc. Nice job getting to that takedown. Looking for a half there, but doesn't get it, but he gets the takedown. The thing that gets Josh in trouble is just wrestling, not wrestling. He gets kind of caught, which he just did. He stepped over really nice there. He's got to watch his hips. So sometimes he gets into a throwing match, which he doesn't want. He wants to get into a wrestling match. He's a better wrestler than most of the 220-pounders. He's got his opponent on the back. Let's see if he can finish. He's got plenty of time. He's got 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. And he is. He's going to pick up the pin points. Back-to-back pins for Goffstown. And that's a pin for 220 pounds for Josh White. Nice win there. I thought he was getting a little bit off his game, getting his hips down a little bit off his hips. Almost got thrown, actually, but was lucky not to get thrown. So, again, if he wrestles his opponent, Josh White is damaging at 220 pounds. And that's going to bring us up to heavyweight. Again, we started at 132 pounds, so we're going to come back to 106 pounds after this. For Windham, it's going to be senior Christian Parker. Obviously, he's going to have some height here. Pretty tall senior. Freshman Matt Dalton, again, just a freshman. Nice job getting to that double. And he's going to get 2 for takedown. Nice job for Dalton getting 2. Again, this is another match. Could go either way. We have a freshman at Matt Dalton. Again, not much mat time. Might give up 1 there for loss of control. So let's see if Dalton can kind of match a senior level's pace. Really nice job shooting in that first period, in that first start of the first period. He does not want to get up top. He does not want to get up top. Get into a throwing match, which is exactly what heavyweights want to do. We want to get into a shooting match. Nice outside shots, maybe some doubles, which he just hit at the beginning of that first period, but he does not want to get his height up. So right now he's a little bit too high. He wants to bring his opponent's height down to him. You don't want to bring your height down. Again, that's what happens when you level change. He's going to pick up maybe 2 points here. He broke his hips. Unfortunately, broke his hips. So Coach Deviant in the corner is telling Dalton that Christian Parker's reaching. So we want to go underneath that reach. We want to go underneath and get into our doubles. Minute left to go, 2-1. Dalton's in the lead. Looks like he might get taken down here, so that's going to be 3-2. Rick Ross still calling neutral, but there it is. There's the 2 points. Does not want to bring his head to his knee. Looks like he might be cradled here. Nice job fighting the grip. So he's got to fight the grip on bottom, especially for heavyweights. You do not want to have your head down. Keep your head up. A lot of heavyweights like to cradle. They just like to put their body on top of your body, which is exactly what this Windham wrestler is doing. Looking for a pin here. Again, we're seeing a lot of pins tonight. We just saw another one. So unfortunately, I mean, Dalton showed a lot of good shots there, but unfortunately on bottom, just couldn't really do anything on bottom and got cradled and got pinned. So that's going to bring our team score heading into 106 pounds, 33-24. And we're going to see freshman Alden Harvey against so this is going to be freshman here. Aiden Finn for Windham. Harvey showing good technique. So what he's got to do and what the coaches have been telling him is just match the intensity level. So he comes in a little bit, sometimes not that intense. So he's got to elevate his intensity. So a wrestler like Josh White, who might be sometimes too intense, he's got to bring it down a little bit so he wrestles. Harvey's got to do the opposite. Harvey's got to really bring his intensity up. His technique is there. He's got good technique. He's got good shots. Doing good level changes there. I like his neutral. His neutral's coming along a little bit better. Sometimes he gets into a point where he's a little bit too high. So we want to have our levels a little bit. Nice level change there. Getting to that leg, but really not doing anything else. Nice job fighting off that shot from Finn from Windham. Looking for a high crotch. He's got to cross-face harder there. He's got to cross-face, and that's what I'm talking about with the intensity. When you cross-face, you got to cross-face with a purpose. So unfortunately, he didn't do that. He kind of just put his hand there with a cross-face, but you got to really bring your arm across your opponent's face. Obviously, you can't punch your opponent, but you can really bring that cross-face across your opponent's face, and that's what he wanted to do and didn't. So 2-0. Harvey's going to be down here. Looks like Finn might have a cradle locked up. And he does, but Harvey doing a good job of getting out of that. 45 seconds left to go in the first period. See if he can get a 1-point escape. And Coach Deviant in the corner telling him that he's got to get one. So let's see what Harvey can do on this restart. 41 seconds left to go. Needs 1 point. Nice job getting to his feet there. Could look for a standing switch. Standing switch is there on that side. Unfortunately, doesn't get to it. Looks like his opponent might have a 1-on-1.5. He's got to look away from that, peel it. Does a good job of that. Just over 20 seconds left to go in the first period. 2-0. Harvey is down. A win here, a comeback win here for Harvey is going to be huge for Grizzlies because that'll bring it to 36-24. A win here for Windham is going to put him within striking distance. Harvey doing a good job. His opponent got high. He did a good job fishing for the head. Let's see if he can get 1 point, and unfortunately he's going to run out of time. But Harvey doing a really good job. His opponent got high, fish for the head. Usually you don't want to reach back, obviously, but if your opponent's high, fish for the head and come out. He did just that. Unfortunately, ran out of time. That was going to be Harvey's choice. They deferred. And Windham is going to choose down. So Harvey will have choice in the third if we get to there. It's going to be 2-0. Harvey's going to be on top here to start this second period. He's got a tight waist, far ankle. Got to get his hips up. So when you're going out of bounds like that or going anywhere and you break your hips, that's when your opponent can step over. So again, we do not want to break our hips there. If we feel our hips getting to the mat, we got to pop them right back up. So again, important here, giving up 1, not 2. If we're going to give up any points, we do not want to give up a reversal. 1 point escape isn't horrible. Got to watch his height here. Does not want to bring our opponent to us. So right there, I would just cut him. That's going to be 3-0. They have 2-1 up on the scoreboard if you can see it from there, but that's actually 3-0. Harvey got taken down in the first period. It looked like an arm drag that Finn was trying there, so he's got to watch his hand control. He's got to watch backing up. Nice job, really nice job of getting to the corner there. He did a really good job of lowering his level, and that's exactly what he wants to do. His opponent is looking for could have been looking for a hip twist there. When you crack down on that hip, almost like a chin whip, but you're around the waist, and you can kind of hip down on that. So Harvey did a good job avoiding that. 4-2 is what they have. That is going to be right as a score. So this is what you got to look at. If I'm Harvey, if I'm Alden Harvey, I'm looking at my opponent. If you saw him come back from that out of bounds, he's looking tired. I pick up the pace. I got to have my opponent try to match my pace, and if he can't, I'm going to break him. So that's exactly what Harvey should have been looking at. Again, he's a young wrestler, but those are some of the things that you need to learn. You need to learn to look at your opponent's body language. Windham looking for front head series. Harvey's doing a good job of attacking the elbow. And unfortunately is going to get taken down there, so that's going to be 6-2 coming into the third. Harvey's going to have a big third period. If he can get 1 here with 10 seconds left, that might be big. And don't think he's going to get it. So now if you are Alden Harvey, he actually does get it. He does get it. So now, I didn't think he was going to have enough time. And he got it. So the ref awarded him 1. That's going to be 6-3 as a score. Did he wave it off? I'm not sure. That should be 6-3. He awarded the neutral. So yes, they have 6-3 up there. So the coaching staff want this period to start because the Windham wrestler is gassed. He's tired. You want to push the pace here if you're Harvey. 6-3, you get an escape and a takedown. You're right back in this match. You're tied up. 2 minutes. He's got to score 3 points. 4, obviously, if he wants the victory. 3 points to get into overtime. Opponent's hanging over a little bit, but really attacking that arm that's hanging over. Not really going to be doing much. So what he wants to do is work for hand control underneath working for hand control. Get back up to your base and get an escape. So let's see what Harvey's got in the tank here in this third period. He needs to get 1. Switches there all day. Coach Detchen coming out to the mat, trying to fire up Harvey. He needs to get 1. Again, if you look at the body language from the Windham wrestler, tired, trying to get those deep breaths in. He's walking back to the center. These are all things you look for as an experienced wrestler. He's going to get a caution there. Can't just hang over your opponent on top. So he gave him a caution. Got to be on the elbow. Obviously, got to be on the belly button. So nice job getting off to the whistle, getting to his feet. Got to attack the grip there. Try to get 1. He's going to have a minute to get a takedown if he can get his escape point here. Wants to get his hips cleared. Got to get his hips cleared here. Nice job getting over there. Nice job getting to that. He's going to have a reversal. He's going to have to watch got to keep his hips back. Might need to cut him here. 6-5. They might need to look to cut him to get it to another takedown. He's going to have to cut him, I believe. I'm looking at the corner. So it looks like the coaching staff is telling him to cut him. They're going to go 1 point. It's going to be 7-5. 7-5 to 51 seconds left to go in the third. 51 seconds, 7-5. Takedown is going to bring us to 7-7. So let's see if Harvey can bring up this intensity here. This is a great match for a freshman. This is exactly the kind of match you want your freshman to be in. Nice job getting to the double. He's got to get to the hips. He's got to get to the hips. Got to get to that corner. Couldn't get to the corner, unfortunately. Just over 30 seconds left to go. Looking for a takedown. You can see the crowd's into it. Everybody's into it. Going to be a big match. Unfortunately, Harvey there broke his hips down. He's got to come up, and he's going to get taken down. So that's going to be 9-5, and don't think there's going to be enough time for Harvey to win this one. So that's going to be a big win for Windham. That's going to bring our team score 33-27. And he's going to run out of time. He got the escape, but he's just going to run out of time. They went out of bounds, obviously. Big match for Harvey, but those are hopefully some of the matches you want to win, especially later in the season. So just couldn't get it done there. I thought he wrestled a decent match, but just couldn't get the victory. And that's going to bring up Connor Sills, one of their better wrestlers. This is going to be a really tough contest for Brandon Demers. 33-27 heading into the 113-pound contest. Going to have a freshman, Brandon Demers, for the Grizzlies going up against sophomore Connor Sills. Sills, really good wrestler. So this is going to be a really tough matchup for Demers. Demers, an undersized 113-pounder, only weighs about 109, 110 pounds.
I used to break at times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this, in a matter of time I spent.
Coach Deviant, Coach Paraskevas giving some motivational tips to Demers. Again, a huge match here. And this is going to be a tough contest for Demers. Again, Windham, one of their better wrestlers in Connor Sills. Giving up size and probably a little bit of skill here is Demers. I think Demers is going to be one of Goffstown's better wrestlers in the years to come. Nice job getting to that leg. Getting, obviously, as a freshman, getting varsity experience. Nice job avoiding that low leg. I like his neutral here. I like his motion. He's circling, doing a good job circling and not kind of pressuring into your opponent. So nice job circling here. Kind of pummeling the head. Looks like Windham's looking for possibly low legs or ankle picks here, so you got to know that if you're Demers. He's already reached for it twice and got into it again. Looking maybe go to cradle and has a cradle locked up. Can't really tell. Yeah, he has it locked up, and that's going to be a pin for Windham. So that is going to bring 33-33. And unfortunately, Goffstown does not have, they didn't intro a 120-pounder, but let's see what they do here. They are bringing in a 120-pounder. And this is going to be Jeremy Hinault for Goffstown at 120 pounds. So let's see what Jeremy can do. Jeremy's just a freshman. So big contest here. So it's going to be freshman versus junior here. And this is Riley Millette, good wrestler. So again, Windham strong on bottom, really strong with their bottom weights. 6, 13, 20. I mean, they're just really strong on their bottom weights. So it looks like they're going to pick up a pin here. And that's going to bring 39-33 going into our last matchup at 126 pounds. And unfortunately, it's going to be Windham's best wrestler. So it doesn't look like Goffstown's going to win this duel. This is going to be Riley Millette here at 126 pounds. And the Grizzlies are going to send out Nathaniel Fowler. So the Grizzlies, I thought, hung in there with Windham. They just had a lot of things didn't go their way, especially in those middle weights. Getting pinned when really shouldn't be getting pinned. And I knew it was going to come down to bonus points, and that's exactly what it did. It came down to bonus points. So Grizzlies here are going to lose this duel against Windham, but I thought they were right there with them. it was a tough contest for the Grizzlies. Everybody knew that going in. Fowler doing a really good job of getting to Millett's legs, but Millett just threw in a headlock, gets away from it, gets a 2-point takedown. Again, Millett, one of their better wrestlers, if not their best wrestler on the team. Placed in Lowell's, so just a strong wrestler in Millett. He's going to run that 1-on-1.5. Fowler doing a good job fighting that off. And after this duel, we have Goffstown's going to have a duel against Souhegan. So this is going to be, I think Souhegan brought about 6 wrestlers, so there'll be a few matches after this against a duel against Souhegan. This was the duel that everyone was excited for, obviously. Just didn't go Goffstown's way tonight. You know, some matches go your way, some matches don't. Tonight didn't go Goffstown's way. Windham always brings a strong team. Millett running a Washington ride there. Nice job, tight waist, putting his head in armpit, down to the wrist there. So what you try to do there is you try to pop your head underneath there, look for a half. Fowler doing a really good job of fighting off his back, fighting away from that. 30 seconds left to go. He's got that half in pretty deep. You can see Millett doing a really good job of getting his hips clear there. He's got the half in deep. He's a little bit elevated, so obviously you want to reload, but probably he's going to pick up the pin here to end the duel. Got it in pretty deep. Wants to lift his elbow. Fowler doing a really good job of fighting off his back. And Millett's going to pick up the pin for Windham to end the duel, 45-33 in favor of Windham. Not the result that the Grizzlies wanted, but hung in there with them. Again, it's a young Grizzlies team, so you can kind of expect some of the younger wrestlers, unfortunately, are going to come out on a night like tonight, and anything can go. You know, you have a wrestler like Eli, first-year varsity wrestler, coming in, getting a huge pin, but then you have some, you know, first-year varsity wrestlers like a Demers or you know, a Cabello who's in the lineup for the first time, and you know, just getting pinned. So you know, unfortunately, that's just kind of not what the Grizzlies wanted for a result there, but still showed, you know, a lot of fight in the team. Like, it's a young team, 20 freshmen on the team. So, and again, Windham, always a class act, always a great opponent to wrestle, good coaching staff. So again, it's not like you like to lose to them. You don't like to lose to anybody, but a great coaching staff and a great team in Windham, and they're prepared for every match. And I thought the Grizzlies were well prepared. They just had things not go their way. So unfortunately, the duel didn't go their way tonight. They're going to have, I think, a few matchups with Souhegan, but that'll end tonight's varsity duel with Goffstown losing, unfortunately. Saturday, they're going to be in Nashua for a tournament. JV is actually going to go to a varsity tournament up in Winnisquam, so big weekend for both JV and varsity for the Grizzlies, getting some experience going into the middle part of January, and then February, obviously, with states, MOCs, and New England's. So we will see you next time for the next home match. But for tonight, that will be it. And again, Grizzlies losing tonight to Windham, 45-33.